All right, folks, we are back. We're going on to conspiracy case 6, Hear My Cry, where Edward Ramis was killed by the Rocket Cow Killer. We're going to figure out who the Rocket Cow Killer is. Jacob, every minute we try to spend to find the Rocket Cow Killer gives them time to kill again. We got strong suspects, but who among them might have gone on this killing spree? We need to work fast. There's no... Detective Jacob, you gotta listen to me. Julian, what's going on? Principal Wilcox, she's been lying to you all along. I know she told you she didn't see my dad today, but she did. She did even came to our house. Julian, what are you doing here, and why are you shouting at Detective Jacob? You stay away from me, Detective Jacob. She was sleeping with my dad. Miss Wilcox, is it true you had an affair with Miss Ramis? She's not going to tell you. She's a liar. Julian, please. Yes, Detective Jacob, it's true, but I like the chance to explain myself without having a shouting match in front of the school. I'll go wait for you in my office. We can talk there. Yeah, right, so you can lie to them some more. Julian, enough. Thank you for coming with us. Detective Jacob, we'll take it from here. Now, Detective Jacob, let's go talk to Miss Wilcox. Okay. Detective Jacob, let me just turn this music off so we can talk. This is relaxing. What is it? Brian Uno. Call me music and comfort food are my essentials when I have to work late. Tonight's comfort food is meatloaf. Would you like some? No, thank you. We'd rather talk about Julian's claim that you were sleeping with his father. You do realize keeping such information from us is skin to a crime, right? I know, and I apologize. I was just afraid of people learning that I, the school principal, had been in a relationship with a student's father. This is highly unethical. Anyway, Edward and I had broken up months ago. Julian wanted to get me into trouble. He never forgave his dad for dating me. Julian's always been a troubled child. That's why I planned to talk to Edward today. I knew about his son's latest antics, and I wanted to offer it my help. When he didn't show up, I went to his house, but Edward wasn't there either, and Julian was totally endothermic. What now? Sorry. Endothermic is a chemistry term to describe a chemical reaction that absorbs heat. Takes it away. He was just so cold to me. Miss Wilcox, I may not know chemistry, but I do know keeping something secret tends to raise suspicion from the police. I hope for this sake, this is all you've been lying about. Jacob, I really hate it when suspects lie to us. What a waste of time. Agree, we should have another look around the station to make sure we haven't missed anything important. Police desk, okay. This is going to be important. Also, happy hours. Wow. Not enough. I'll take it. We gotta go back out in the field, Jacob. Did you find anything that could print to our serial killer? This CD wasn't here earlier. It looks like it had something written on it. Let's recover the writing. But you're right. After so long doing this job, it's a wonder I don't see a pot of gold when I look at the trash can. Let's see what we can find in here. Our only opportunity right now is to figure out who's lying to us. Rocket Cow Killer evidence. Jacob, the CD's label Rocket Cow Killer evidence. This is about our investigation. Why haven't we seen this before? And who left it here? Let's get the CD to Kathy to get some answers. Okay. 9 hours, okay. Trash can. What the heck is that? We found a regular eagle eye, Jacob. I never would have spotted the small button among all these day-old donuts. This button got a skull on it. Where have I seen that before? You're right, Julian has the same button. This must come from his shirt. We had Julian in for interrogation earlier today, but we didn't bring him back here into the office. How did this button get here? Let's go ask Julian about it. That is one weird button. Julian, we have proof you come to the station earlier, and since our serial killer has also snuck into the station tonight, you better give us a good explanation. The Rocket Cow Killer came here and you didn't arrest them? We didn't just see them, just like we didn't see you. Why did you snoop around? I just read your files to find out what you knew about my dad's murder. Kid just sit and wait when his killer's walking around. You did what? Do you even understand you're a suspect in this investigation? Yeah, I know I'm a suspect. You made it clear enough, as if I killed my own dad. I just love my dad, Detective Jacob. We used to do everything together. He taught me how to cook meatloaf, the only thing he knew how to make. And when he got heart problems, we started doing chemistry projects together to make sure the fat content of all our food. We had tickets to go see Brian Uno next week. I don't want to go without him. Look, Julian, I know that you're sad, but stoop around in our files again and we'll have to arrest you. It's either him or Miss Wilcox. Alright guys, see you guys in 9 hours. This is Galaxy Now 2026. Over and out. Alright folks, we are back. Let's go and get the results. Alright Kathy, tell us everything. Did that CD really hold evidence about our serial killer? And who left it on Jacob's desk? Well, the CD wasn't police issued, that's a certainty. But it did hold reports about the killer's victims. Specifically, the reports focus on the victims' unjust treatment of their children, from fights to mandal ornaments. Wait, that sounds more like files from the Rocket Cow Killer. Would you use to decide who to kill next? Was there anything else? Yes, because all the notes were certain around the children's health. I did a little digging, and all the victims are the serial killer were patients of Dr. Gibbs. What the? Jacob, we need to have another chat with the doc right now. Oh my god. I would be surprised if it was the doctor. Oh boy, this is going to be rough. Dr. Gibbs, we were given a full CD of full evidence that points to you as the Rocket Cow Killer. Give me one reason we shouldn't arrest you right here. Wait, you got this all wrong. I'm the one who left the CD for you. You were out at the time, so I asked that it be left on your desk. Let me explain. When you came to me about Mr. Ramos's murder, I realized that all the serial killer's victims were patients of mine. Not only that, but they were all patients who had mistreated their kids in one way or another. Take nourishment for an example. Lots of parents are idiots about nourishment, and they fill their kids with junk food. So the kids wind up with their body chemistry all out of whack. They're more prone to mood and energy swings. Then the parents come to me asking why. It's no wonder the Rocket Cow Killer sees to fit the position these parents. It's just a taste of their own medicine. Doc, if we find out you're the one who killed these parents, you're going to be choking down prison food. Uh-oh. What if it is him? Jacob, I don't know what to think anymore. We got Jillian snooping around through our files, Principal Wilcox lying in our face, and the doc was so mad at the killer's victims that I'm wondering if we shouldn't arrest him right now. Not to mention, I just remembered seeing a Brian Uno playlist on Gloria's computer the other day. You're right, Jacob. I can't let this get to me. One of our suspects is the Rocket Cow Killer, and if they'll strike again if we don't arrest them soon. Let's go do a nurse sleep at the killer's hideout. Oh, boy. This is not good. Wow. Uh-oh, this is not a good sign. Not a good sign. I can easily lighter. Broken picture board. Okay. Alrighty. Come on. Come on. Yes! Star on the first try. Okay. Yikes! It's never a good sign when you find photos in a serial killer's hideout. Let's restore this photo board to get a better look at it. And this glass tumbler seems to have some residue at the bottom. Yep, that smells like Rocket Cal. Let's collect the sample. This could be the killer's poison chalice. We gotta hurry, Jacob. The Rocket Cal killer is still at large, and we're running out of time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alrighty, let's go. Ah, God. Oh, the cough. Starting to feel a little bit better, though. Here we go. Oh, boy. This looks like... What is this? Jacob, let's get the sample you collected from the killer's poison glass to the lab ASAP. Okay. 9 hours. Uh-oh. Oh boy, this is gonna be crazy. Oh, shoot. All the victims from the Rocket Cal killer. All those victims. All 11 of them. Yeesh, this is creepier than I thought. It's a colleague of all the parents murdered by the Rocket Cal killer. Look, this is Edward Ramis, and that's Emma Tank. There's a message written. Hear my cry. Here's whose cry? You monster? Sorry, Jacob, I couldn't help myself. There's got to be something we can learn from it. Let's get it to Gabriel for analysis. Alrighty, guys. Place your final bets on who the Rocket Cal killer is. I wonder who's it going to be because we got to wait 15 hours to get both of these ready. This is Galaxy Nail 2026. Over and out. Alright, folks. We are back. Let's go ahead and get the results. Jacob, I can confirm the mixture you found in that glass was Rocket Cal and amplitude. That is what killed your victim. That's what I'd like to hear. What else? Well, I also found tiny flakes of a mantle in that sample. A mantle? Why would there be a mantle in it? I can answer this one, Jacob. Ruby and I stumped for a while, but then I noticed the colors of the enamel flakes. Red and white, the Fairview High School colors. Jacob, this means your killer is wearing a Fairview High School pin. Fantastic, Jacob. Another piece of evidence to pin down our killer. Uh-oh. I really hope it's not the sun. Okay. Jacob, this is a highly unsettling clue you brought me. Gabriel, unsettling is this killer's middle name. How... Now, do you find anything to help us figure out their first and last name, perchance? Not quite, but lots of serial killers collect trophies from their kills. In this case, the trophies are photos. It seems gluing photos of their victims into a colleague is maintaining a collection of butterflies pinned to a board. This was as far as I got analyzing it myself. I called Rupert in to examine the substance used to write the message. Don't tell me the message is written in blood, right? Rupert, what kind of sick dude are we dealing with? Actually, your killer is most likely a dudette, as it were, since the message was written in lipstick. Lipstick? Well, Jacob, one thing's clear, this killer could use a serious makeover. Jacob, we finally have all the evidence we need. Killing Edward Ramis was our serial killer's downfall. Let's go catch them now. The Rocket Cal killer's reign of terror is at an end. Place your bets on who it is, because get ready. This is going to be the moment of truth on who the serial killer is. Get ready. Get ready. I know who it is. Do you want to guess who it is? Boom. the school principal. I did not even expect that. Especially from that poll. Principal Wilcox, you're under arrest for the murder of Edward Ramis. I can't believe you're the Rocket Cow killer. How could you do such a thing? Detective Jacob, you think I'm a serial killer? You're crazy. Killing Edward Ramis was where you finally made a mistake. You left meatloaf on his clothes. Why would I kill a man I once dated? A meatloaf is a comfort food. Very few families are in need of comfort right now. What about the glass you used to poison Mr. Ramis? We found flakes of enamel in it from your school pin. I'm the principal of a high school. You think I got time to sneak around poisoning people's drinks? Well, I assume that's why you made your serial killer hideout so close, in the woods behind the school. Fine, but I had to do it, Detective Jacob. Those parents were evil, and I know a thing or two about evil parents. You had no idea what my parents did to me, the abuse I suffer at their hands. We agreed that no child should ever suffer, but what on earth made you decide these parents had to die? I became the principal to right the wrong my parents had done to me. Nothing was ever going to happen to these kids under my watch. But I started seeing so many parents yelling at their kids day after day. Those parents, they were malicious. They were manipulative. They were evil. So you killed them? You really thought that was the way to solve the problem? It was the only way. Do you think I tried talking to Edward about the way he was treating his son? He never listened. And you decided to kill him. But how do you drag his body to the woods? I didn't have to drag him anywhere. He came out of his own will, thinking I wanted to rekindle our relationship. I offered him a toast. He was already dead when I saw your partner abusing her son, and I knew it was a trap, but I couldn't help myself. I couldn't let her get away with it. I followed her to the drive-in, knocked her out. Then I drove her to the woods. I attempted to kill her, but I saw her dragging a device. Knew I had to get away. Well, Gloria will enjoy sitting with us to watch you stand the trial, Miss Wilcox. You're under arrest. Rosamond Wilcox, you stand accused of the murder of Edward Ramis and at least 11 other Fairview parents. You, the principal of a high school, a serial killer, how on earth can you stray so far from your pledge? Are you a parent, Your Honor? I am, as a matter of fact, and the thought of you dooming children to parentless existence makes me absolutely sick. I am only guilty of freeing these kids from their oppressors. You deprive these children of their parents. They'll have to grow up with the ghost of that terrible loss. It's devastating to know that your parents mistreated you, but nothing could ever excuse what you've done. Miss Wilcox, the court hereby sentences you to life imprisonment. Thank God! Finally! Life imprisonment! With mandatory psychological counseling. Victory is ours! Life? That's exactly what I want. A new life. Jacob, I'm impressed you've only been back in Grimsboro for a few weeks and you've already put a serial killer behind bars. Serial killer and kidnapper. Thank you again for saving me from becoming her next victim, Jacob. I'm sorry I gave you a reason to be suspicious of me. I know that I didn't help the stressful nature of the case. Gloria, you were abducted in the line of duty. Jacob has acted as a communicate professional. Recruiting the life at risk and taking into account are all possible suspects. I am proud of all of you. Yeah, what a crazy case. Think of it. Principal Wilcox poisoned the parents to help the kids. I noticed with serial killers that there's almost always a wrong in the world that they were trying to right. It's ironic since their effort to fix things only leaves misery and loss in their wake. Speaking of the wake, the Rocket Cow killer, you're not quite finished with the case. I knew this was coming. We can never get an early night. The rest of the Ambledine is still somewhere in Fairview. I don't want any loose ends. Well, you can rest easy, Chief. Jacob and I are on the case. Dang, did not even see that coming. But that is going to wrap up Chapter 3. We'll be going on to the final part of Old Friends, New Beginnings soon. This is Galaxy Nail 2026. Over and out.